Manchester United went from winning the FA Cup by beating their rivals Manchester City to now being 13th in the league and currently only 7 points above relegation. With it now being January, the transfer window has opened up and we have already seen a bunch of rumors and potential moves. So with it now being the beginning of 2025, the new year, it makes perfect sense for us to take over my favorite club and make a series out of it and see if we could turn things around. Wait. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel as it helps a great amount. This is not a typical rebuild of videos you've seen on my channel. This is going to be more of a series where we do more gameplay. We're going to be picking apart the seasons based on maybe 3 months, pick a few key games, play that, show moments. That way I can also get your guys' feedback throughout the seasons. That way it's more interactive. We get what I want and then also what you guys want. Maybe we can do realistic moves in the beginning, but then once we start turning things around, get some, have a little fun, splash some money, get some players that you won't really see come in real life. So that is the whole purpose of this season. As you can see, the starting budget is 143 million, which is usually what you would get in the beginning of the year, but since we are starting towards the end, I'm not going to be using all of it. However, I am going to use it to be able to make moves because unlike in real life, I don't have owners that are pressuring me to not buy players or sell. However, we will be getting rid of some players from the club because as seen in real life, there is some players that don't deserve to be in the squad and it is hurting the club on the pitch and off the pitch as well. As you can see, this is the squad we are starting with. Typical Man United players. Instead of having Ahmad wide, I have had him on the cam. I had to sim a couple games because for some reason the live start feature for some reason was only stuck in December, so I had to sim some games. So if I go to standings, you will see that instead of being 13th like it is currently on the leaderboard, it should be, I'm going in the wrong place, office, yeah, 14th. So that was unfortunate, but we are starting in the beginning, like the very 1st of January. So games that have already been played, like this Liverpool Prem game, which was a 2-2 tie, and then the cup game I believe is supposed to be actually, I'm not sure. I think we lost in the Carabao Cup. So I think here we won the Carabao Cup in the sim, but in real life we lost. So at least we get an extra, we're doing better already. In terms of the squad, we're going to be doing this beginning portion off of what I think. And Højlund, as much as I love him, he's been a bit inconsistent. I think we have to drop him to the bench with how the fans have treated Xerxes. I don't know if he wants to stay at the club, maybe regain his form. It was very unfortunate to see him get booed off the pitch. I think there might be a chance of him going out on loan. So he will be going, and then we're going to be going for a striker that can take over the starting spot and provide a competition for Højlund, and also have Højlund be able to learn for the future because he is very young. When it comes to these central attacking midfielding spots, we have Mount if he could be healthy. Ericsson, he'll be playing in the midfield even though he doesn't have the legs for it. Obviously, Ugarte and Menu are going to be our midfielders. So Cam is a tricky position. I think with how Yoro, that was bad, is looking, I think having him as a wide center back, a bit faster than Delict, being able to control the defensive line in the middle would be nice. And then Martinez on the left with his ball distributing play. I think this would be a solid back line, especially if we get the proper support on the wide areas. So I'm thinking of dropping Dalot, have him on the bench, have him and Mazraoui compete for that spot, and then worry about getting a left wing back sort of player, and then maybe even letting go of Rashford because of all the loan and permanent move talks. It's been very tricky. It's sad for me to see him go, but especially with how Amorim's bringing in a new system of play. Rashford, he's not going to really want to play the striker. He loves playing out wide. I don't think he'd be good in these like little pockets of space wide, like his wide is his best, but we've seen on the pitch he doesn't really press much. There's not a lot of energy, so he doesn't really fit into the system. Same thing can be said for Garnacho, but I think Garnacho has a little bit more time to try to adapt, and I think there is a player to be brought out by Amorim, and we can definitely find a perfect solution for him. But if money is a problem, he will most likely be sold in real life. So for now, until we get the moves situated, players leaving and staying, we'll most likely have Malacia on the bench over Evans, Mount, Casemiro, Shaw. You, man, you're going to leave the club as well, like 100%. The injuries have been detrimental. You're such a great player, but the injuries, man, like, can't stay healthy. Lindelof will probably be gone, so I'm thinking of putting Collier on And then Maguire we will be keeping, even though he probably won't go up rating at all and he'll stay this. He is a good rotational option. He's bad in game, yes, especially the 37 pace. However, I think we have more problems, which is attacking and creating chances, and then our wide players coming back to defend to help the shape rather than it being center backs itself. I have also renewed the contract for both Amad Diallo and I believe who else I don't remember who it was. I think it was Kobe Main. Yeah, it was Kobe. So I have renewed the contract of them. That way we keep them in the club. But players like Erickson, Heaton, and Evans, I believe, and Lindelof, we're going to let those contracts expire. I don't think we're going to get a lot of value off of them, so we'll just let them go off on as a free agent or retire. So as you can see, these are the moves that we will probably be doing in terms of the players that we already have. Shaw, Rashford, permanent transfers. Loan for Xerxes and Anthony, because I think if Xerxes was to develop, I think coming back and see who fights for the bench based on the player we decide to bring in at our starting striker, I think would make the most sense. And then Anthony, I think I'm going to loan him, let him go up hopefully, and then sell him off, because then we need to prioritize the right side / right attacking midfield spot and get players that can fill in for rotation, because depth is another issue at United as well, like quality in terms of depth, not just numbers. So I think getting his value up would be smart for the next season, because that's when we really have to push during the summer transfer window. So as you can see, this is what the calendar is looking like for us in terms of our simulation. I'm thinking we already have played the Liverpool in real life. This game never happened, so I want to sim it and see if we can beat Liverpool on our own twice or whatever. The Arsenal Carabao Cup, as I'm recording, is tomorrow, so I want to play this game, see how it is compared to in real life, obviously, because this video will be going out after then. I am recording this on the 11th, and then I'm thinking of doing Rangers for the Europa League, and the other games we will sim. And throughout these games, you will also see players if they leave, if the players we bring in. Our first game of the season against Liverpool, unfortunately, we lose 3-1. However, in the Carabao Cup, we were able to flip it, winning 2-0. So this is the starting lineup we are going with. I decided to swap Dalot out for Garnacho because since it is Arsenal and they have a great back line of 4 center backs, which is, I don't know how that's working out. Kind of, but not really compared to last season. But so we're gonna have Garnacho for more of an attacking threat, and Mazraoui on the right to balance that out. Manuel Ugarte, which we have seen as a promising center mid or midfield partnership, and then everyone else same to what I said of what we were gonna plan on doing for the future of this season. All right, we have kickoff. Looks like our team is impressing that much, which I don't like already. We are staying a little bit deep. Manu picks up a beautiful interception. We're gonna slow it down here. Amad's making a run. Can he beat Calafiori to it? We get a little shoulder to him, but we don't. They're starting their attack here with Ben White. Looks like this right side is a little empty. Not so great coverage on Saka. Oh, we can't get the ball to Bruno. Looks like they're being really fluid. Surprisingly, Calafiori there's into like defensive midfield position. Marino with a shot, and that's blocked by De Ligt, I believe. Is that a deflection? No, just a poor shot. Give Garnacho wide. He has space. What are we going to do? Couple dribbles. Oh my God, we just sent Saka flying. Can we find Bruno here? Make something happen? Nope. Odegaard just pickpockets us. Saka and White just playing it close to each other. Rice to Calafiori. Calafiori is coming up a lot. So if we can get a quick counterattack with Bruno and get a little diagonal switch, that'd be perfect. Oh, we get a tackle off, but we don't win the ball from that. Okay, Havertz gets it close. We need to be careful. Passes back to Odegaard. Odegaard could be looking for a pass. Marino, edge of the box, finds Trossard. Give him no options. It's called De Ligt out. Beautiful shot. Stop or block. Trossard, oh my God, I thought he was off, but what a save by Onana. Onana's very inconsistent in real life. Like, he can pull off some amazing saves, but sometimes he just makes some silly mistakes. Okay, Ugarte, that's silly. Okay, beautiful tackle. We need to get out. Play it back to Onana. We'll switch it up a bit. Yoro in the midfield. Mainu. Who are we playing it to? That is a poor ball. I tried playing it out wide to Mazraoui. Oh, we get the deflection, but we can't make anything of it. Can't steal the ball. Marino passes it to Odegaard in the box. De Ligt. Oh my goodness, how did we not tackle him? And just like that, Odegaard makes it 1-0. The player who's been underwhelming in this season in real life makes the difference. De Ligt challenges, but he's just a step late, just a step short. Menu. Ugarte. It's Bruno. Bruno's here in this middle. That's straight to Odegaard. Nice Menu. Okay, we can play this quick. Find Hoyland. Oh, Bruno stops the run, but it lets us go wide to Ahmad for a nice switch. Control the ball well. Play to Bruno. Bruno plays into Hoyland. Beautiful touch. We shoot it. And even if Neto gets a hand on it, it doesn't matter. Hoyland with a beautiful strike, tying up the match. That is what we love to see. If we could play it then in real life, just making great runs, we're getting the ball to our forwards in positions where they can strike it first or second time. That is what we need. Here we get one final attack. Looks like we can. No, we cannot. So that's the first half. Some decent defensive actions from us. Unfortunate shot on that first attempt. Odegaard, beautiful strike. But I think we need to make a couple changes. So at halftime, the only change that I made was putting Maguire in. De Ligt was getting tired, so we will have him as our central center back. Manu working the ball. Marino gets a challenge off. This is dangerous on a counter. We need our players to come back. Euro closing off any angles from Trossard. Cut in. Lovely. Odegaard finds Saka. Saka edge of the box. He shoots it, and we don't have a tight enough coverage to block the angle. Just like that. Saka with his left foot. Right past Onana in the top left. Holland make another run. Ahmad finds him, but Saliba is able to step up. We have no runs being good runs being made. We're just gonna work the ball in. Ahmad in this little pocket of space. Lovely. Holland making a run. We're gonna dink it over. It falls into the box. And can we beat Neto? No, we cannot. That was a brilliant move, though. I brought in players that can make good passes and hopefully just feed a ball, and it doesn't matter because Havertz gets behind Maguire. We challenge, and it's too late. Just like that, it looks like it's going to be a game in the 90th minute. 3-1 Arsenal. Let's see if we could just get our attack working. Mazraoui to Rashford. Rashford to Diallo. The academy prospects. We find Bruno. Bruno into Rashford behind space. First time, and he even misses it to make it worse. Just like that, we are out of the FA Cup against Arsenal. After that game against Arsenal, it was clear we need to reinforce our attack and being able to transition better going forward. So as you can see, we are making a negotiation, and right now we were able to agree to sign this player. Victor Gyökeres is joining the club. He's going to be our main starter as of now. Hopefully, he can help us turn the season around, especially with Amarin. You know, they've worked together, and he's brought the best out of Gyökeres after some loan spells he's had earlier in his career. And he's in fantastic form, and he scored the most goals, or had the most, no, he had the most goal contributions, I believe, last year. So we are bringing him in. And then additionally, as you see, Anthony on loan to Real Betis. So here we will be dropping Hoyland to the bench, ignored by India striker, because we are bringing in Victor Gyökeres, and already he's going to make the team better. Now, to make any more moves, we will have to let players go to generate the money to fund it. So if we see any other players leave, like Rashford, like Shaw, then maybe using that money we'll be able to make signings to strengthen some areas. After our star signing, our first match with him in the lineup, we win 2-0 against Southampton. However, it is not enough as we draw to Brighton 2-2. So now in Europa League day, after some underwhelming results, we are still 6th place, so we are looking decent. 12 points. 3 wins and 3 draws, no losses. So that is on a bright side, one of the few teams that haven't had a single loss throughout the campaign. But clearly we have some work to do as we are behind Spurs. So going into this game against Rangers, this is what our lineup is looking like. We are going to be giving Euro some rest, and then we are most likely going to keep everything else the same. So Dalot is slotting in at that right center back position. Actually, I'm going to change that. We're going to put him out wide, and then we'll have Mazraoui be in the back more. So this is what we're looking like going into our Europa League. If you guys have made it this far into the episode, I greatly appreciate it. As we start this Europa League game, I do want to say that I will be cutting the season before the end of the transfer window closing. Gyökeres is the only signing we're going to make this episode, and we have let some players go. So I want you guys to, oh god, this dangerous Manu. Oh my god, he's laid it off. Why'd I start talking? But I do want you guys to give me players for in terms of squad depth that you guys want me to sign before we continue the rest of the season. So that is why I will be ending just a couple of days short of January just for this first episode. But a lovely little 1-2 play from Rangers makes us go down 1-0 4 minutes in. So now we got to really ramp things up. Danilo gets great challenge by De Ligt to stop their attack. Now what are we going to do? We have no bodies. But we have Gyökeres making a run out wide. Is he past? I think he's through. A little slow, seems like, but he's right through and a finish right to the keeper, unfortunately. Bad clear. Can we win the ball? Garnacho put pressure. Let's double up. Can't do much here. But now this is looking dangerous for us as Delict sticks a great challenge in. Okay, we have Bruno all wide. What are we going to do? We're going to play a ball through. Finds Gyökeres. Gyökeres strikes it right at the keeper. We get the rebound. Let's go. That's what we needed. You know, a striker that could be in those areas. That is great improvement for us. As you can see, a little beautiful left-footed ball to Bruno. We've hit a near post / right to the keeper, which was unfortunate. We got to do better there. But a goal is a goal at the end of the day. Matondo's running out wide against Mazraoui. They're really trying to go against this left-hand side. We stick a challenge in. It doesn't work. The lick's there. Danilo goes for a shot. We didn't have it covered, but it is put wide. Maybe Onana had it covered, though. Let's just stop making silly mistakes. We'll just work it out the back. And just like that, the first half ends at a 1-1 draw again. Here they get a throw in. It's in a dangerous area as they're working the ball way through us. They're working the ball way through us. Okay, he's just done Menu. We're just going to close off the angle. He finds... We should have challenged earlier. Who is that? I can't even tell who that is. Is that Ugarte? He just stepped off of him. Yeah. Ugarte drops deep and he goes forward and doesn't cover the man. That's unfortunate. Now we are down 2-1. We're going to stick a challenge in the Yes Delict. Gyökeres is on a run. We try to... we play through. It falls to Gyökeres anyways. We're going to strike it. And it's just barely gone wide. Here, I'm taking Delict from Maguire just for fitness. And then also Eriksen on for Kobe Manu to get more distribution through the midfield. Lovely. Ugarte makes him spill it. Garnacho, we're going to use his pace to try to squeeze through. We can. What are we going to do? We play through to Gyökeres. Gyökeres gets there, and he... What a beautiful finish. He just turns as the ball goes behind him. Right foot, top corner. Great play by Garnacho. The dribble through that tight space with pressure on him and play such a beautiful ball. Look at that. He made the space, cuts in. What a finish. The 3 points. And as I say that, Mazraoui gives the ball away. Bad challenge by me. Eriksen slowly gets there to cover. He beats Maguire. Maguire puts pressure, and we almost get beat on the near post. Well, Onana at least. That could have been dangerous. But we find Bruno. We got one on us. We're going to turn. Sends him to the shops. We have Garnacho making a run. A couple step overs. Now he's going to burst past with his pace. Let's slow down. Bruno lifts it into Gyökeres. We can barely get the touch off Bruno. Can we win it? We can, but it's not going to fall to anyone near. Well, no one is near. Ball threaded through. Ugarte, Eriksen. Let's play it wide. Get there in time, Mazraoui. Lovely. Lovely. Played back to Ahmad. Eriksen cuts it off. We get it out, and we can't. Another draw, man. Another draw in Europa League, which is extremely unfortunate. There's a chance we do drop points, or we do drop in the table. Following that draw, we suffer an unfortunate defeat against Fulham. However, we are managing to turn it around as we win our Europa League match. So as you can see, it is the January transfer window deadline. We're going to end it there. We are still 14th as of at the end of this month, and our players did make some progress. So as you can see, we brought in Gyökeres. We let Eriksen is going on a free next year, and then Anthony and Xerxes went on loan, and we permanently sold Rashford for 40 million. So looking at the squad based on rumors you have seen and also what the position. So after looking at this squad using rumors or players that you want to see into the club with a realistic amount of money, I believe we have 40 million. We have about like 50 million-ish. Let me know 1 or 2 signings that you think can really impact the team depth-wise and also quality. That way we can start getting you guys involved, and then we will see what we do for next episode. Have a good rest of your day, and peace.